Dear students, welcome back to the video, and in today's video I am going to continue the topic of chemical bonding, and in this video I am going to discuss about the polar and non-polar covalent bonding. So let's start the video. Well, before moving towards the actual topic, I just want to give you basic understanding as to how you know whether the bond will be ionic bond, polar covalent bond, or non-polar covalent bond. So the answer to this simple question is electronegativity values will determine the type of bond that is going to be formed between the atoms. I know the question was popping up in your mind that what is electronegativity? Most of you know about it, but those who don't know about it, they will come to know. Electronegativity is the tendency, that is the power of the atom to attract the bond pair. It means the power with which an atom is going to attract the shared pair of electron towards it is basically indicating its electronegativity. Okay, for your information, for your knowledge, I have added the electronegativity of the most electronegative element and the least electronegative elements. So fluorine atom has got the highest electronegativity value, which is 4. This makes it most electronegative. On the other hand, cesium and francium, they possess electronegativity value. It's less than 0.7 on the scale. So it is these both of them are least electronegative elements. Okay, so how will you come to know that if the bond that is going to be formed between the atoms will be ionic, polar, or non-polar covalent bond? So if electronegativity values difference is 0, then non-polar covalent bond is formed between the atoms. Okay, it means they are having the same electronegativity value, so that's why their difference is 0. So non-polar covalent bond will develop, no charge will be created on them. On the other hand, if electronegativity values difference is below 1.7, is if it is less than 1.7, the difference of the electronegativity between the atoms is less than 1.7, then the polar covalent bond will be formed. And finally, if the electronegativity values difference is above 1.7, if the difference is more than 1.7, then ionic bond will be formed between the atoms. So I hope that you have grasped that concept. Now I am going to the main topic, which is the polar covalent bond. As the name is indicating, poles will be created as a result of the formation of the covalent bond. So it is formed between different atoms. It means the first thing you must remember is this polar covalent bond will always be formed between the atoms of different elements because there will be some sort of difference in their electronegativity. So both the atoms exert different forces on the bond pair. It means more electronegative atom will attract the bond pair with greater force, with more it will be more electronegative as compared to the other one. So more electronegative atom attracts the shared electrons more strongly, and this is how it develops partially negative charge, because it is attracting that bond pair towards it. It is gaining those electrons. On the other hand, less electronegative atom develops partially positive charge. So I hope that you have got this idea. I will clarify your concept with the example of polar covalent bonding in HCl. So HCl is formed with hydrogen and chlorine atoms. The electronegativity value of hydrogen is around 2.2, while that of the chlorine is around 3.16. Being more electronegative, chlorine will attract the bond pair towards it. This will make it partially negative, so this develops partially negative charge. The chlorine will develop partially negative charge, and hydrogen being less electronegative as compared to chlorine, it will develop partially positive charge. So this is how the two poles are generated, partially positive and partially negative. And this is how polar bonding is occurring in HCl. I hope that you have grasped this concept. Now I'm moving with the last one, which is a non-polar covalent bond. This is very simple. It is formed, this type of bond is formed between the identical atoms. It means similar atoms are actually involved in the non-polar covalent bonding process. So electronegativity values of both the atoms are same. Like the atoms are identical, so their electronegativity value is same. So their difference of the electronegativity value will be zero. So non-polar covalent bond will be formed. The simple example is hydrogen. Non-polar covalent bonding in hydrogen molecule. You can see here hydrogen is having one electron as valence shell and the other hydrogen atom that is coming closer to make the bond with it. So they both possess the electronegativity value, which is 2.2. So difference of 2.2 minus 2.2, you will get 0. This indicates that non-polar covalent bond is going to form. No charge will be created since equal sharing electrons between the two identical atoms, which are non-metals, this is occurring between them. So this is how non-polar covalent bonding is existing in hydrogen. I hope that you have understood this concept of polar bonding and non-polar covalent bonding. Still, if you have any query, any question, any topic if you have in your mind, then you can suggest it in the comment. If you like this video, then hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to my channel, then you should. And if you want to share this video, if you think that somebody is there, that if this video would be useful for them, so you can forward to them and spread the knowledge. I will catch you in the next video. Till then, take care.